Hi all. Today we discuss some examples of operations on Sn. So we take A as A consists of 5 elements, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we consider SA or S5, both are same, then sigma is an element of that. Okay, sigma consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and image of 1 is 4, then image of 2 is 2, image of 3 is 5, image of 4 is 3, image of 5 is 1. So this is one of the elements of this S5. Similarly, we define another element tau. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the elements from the domain, and images are 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Okay, so if we consider these two elements, how will you operate these two? Okay, what is sigma composition tau? For the convenience, we write the sigma composition tau as sigma tau. So this is nothing but sigma composition tau. Then how will you evaluate this sigma composition tau? Okay, we know that in order to evaluate this, we need to compose these two functions. Anyway, after all, we will get 1, 1 on 2 functions on this A. So it consists of the elements of the domain will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So what is the image of 1? I will evaluate the image of 1. Okay, so in order to evaluate the sigma tau, sigma composition tau of 1, that will be sigma of tau of 1. Okay, so in order to get the image of 1 under this composition, we first evaluate image of 1 under this tau. Okay, so that will be 3 here. Okay, then immediately we need to evaluate image of 3 under sigma. Okay, so that is 3 goes to 5, that is 1 goes to 3, 3 goes to 5. So ultimately the image of 1 will be 5, okay, under this composition. So we write 5 here. Similarly, we write sigma composition tau of 2. What is sigma composition tau of 2? First of all, we have to evaluate tau of 2. Okay, what is tau of 2? Tau of 2 can be obtained from this. 2 is mapped to 5. So sigma tau of 2 is 5. So that will be sigma of 5. Okay, so we need to evaluate image of 5 under the sigma. So that is 5 is mapped to 1. So ultimately 2 goes to 5, 5 goes to 1, then ultimately 2 goes to 1. Okay, so in order to get the image of this 1, we first evaluate the image of 1 in this, that is 3, that is 1 is mapped to 3 under this tau. Similarly, this 3 is mapped to 5. Okay, so under this sigma, so we write sigma here and 5 here. So this is the ultimate image of 1. Okay, so that's why here 1 is mapped to 5. Similarly, 2 is mapped to 5 first, in the first permutation, and then 5 is mapped to 1 under this sigma. Okay, so we can get 2 is mapped to 1. Similarly, we can write 3 is mapped to 4 here under this tau, and that 4 is mapped to 3 here. Okay, so we write 3 goes to 4, that 4 goes to 3, so 3 is mapped to 3 itself. Similarly, 4 goes to 2, and that 2 goes to 2, so we have 4 goes to 2. Finally, this is 2 goes to 2. Finally, 5 goes to 1, that 1 goes to 4, so image is 4. Okay, so this is the image, or this is the function, 1, 1 or 2 functions obtained by composing this sigma and tau. Okay, so this sigma tau is denoted by this permutation. The similar fashion you can write tau sigma. How will you evaluate tau sigma? Tau sigma is tau composition sigma. Tau composition sigma is obtained by multiplying this or composing this with this. Okay, so in order to evaluate the images of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we first look into this. Okay, in order to get tau sigma of 1, first of all we have to evaluate image of 1 under this sigma. Okay, so here we write in order to evaluate this, we write tau first. Tau is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Then this is our sigma. Sorry, this is our tau, and our sigma is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. This is our sigma. So in order to evaluate tau sigma, we first look into the image of 1 under this sigma. Okay, 1 goes to 4, that 4 goes to 2 here. So 1 goes to 2 ultimately. Similarly, 2 goes to 2, that 2 goes to 5. So image of 2 will be 5. 3 goes to 5, 5 goes to 1. So image of 3 will be 1. 4 goes to 3, that 3 goes to 4. So image is 4. Similarly, 5 goes to 1, 1 goes to 3, so the image is 3. So this is tau sigma. So in this fashion, you can evaluate the composition of any two permutations from SA. Okay, so we have seen that under this composition, this SA form a non-abelian group. Okay, so SA is here. Obviously, we can see that these two functions are different. Okay, these are not equal. So we can say that sigma tau and tau sigma are in general not equal. Okay, so this form a non-abelian group, which consists of 120 elements, because cardinality of S5 will be 5 factorial. Okay, that is 120. So this is an example of a non-abelian group of cardinality 120. Now we will prove the theorem 8.5. In this theorem, we will show that this SA is a group in general. Okay, that means this A consists of, this A may contain infinitely many elements as well. Okay, so even though that contains any number of elements, this SA form a group under permutation multiplication. Permutation multiplication means this permutation composition. So we already we have to evaluate, or we have to check the axioms of a groups. First of all, we need to observe that this SA is a algebraic structure, or composition is a permutation multiplication is a binary operation here. So if you consider any two permutations in SA, we know that sigma composition 2 or sigma 2 is a 1, 1 on 2 function. Is 1, 1 and 1, 2 function. That implies sigma 2 belongs to SA, which shows that this this permutation multiplication is a binary operation. Now we will observe the axioms. First axiom is G1, that is the associativity. So we can say that sigma tau gamma, suppose we have sigma tau gamma, 3 elements from SA, then how will you check the associativity? What is sigma tau gamma of some A? Okay, so this will be sigma of tau of gamma of A, that is same as sigma tau of gamma of A, that is equal to sigma tau of gamma of A. So which shows that G1 is satisfied, that is this permutation multiplication is associative. Permutation multiplication is associative. So in order to check the second axiom that deals with the existence of identity element, so first of all we denote I of A equal to A for all A belongs to A. Okay, so this is an identity element, or this is a function implies that I belongs to SA, because this I is a 1, 1 and 1, 2 function from A to itself. Okay, so if we have sigma, then what is sigma I of A? So that is equal to we need to, first of all we need to prove that the sigma I is equal to sigma that is equal to I sigma for all sigma belongs to SA. How will you prove the equality of these three quantities? Okay, as we know, these three quantities are functions So in order to get the equalities of functions, we need to evaluate each function at every point of the domain. Okay, so to evaluate or to prove this, we start with this sigma I of a. We need to prove that sigma I of a is equal to sigma of a for all a. Okay, the other way we will prove that I composition sigma of a equal to sigma of a for all a belongs to a. Okay, so to prove that, we start with sigma I of a. So that is equal to sigma of I of a. That is equal to sigma of, by definition of this I, we can get I of a is equal to a itself. So this is sigma of a. Okay, so this is true for every a belongs to a, which implies sigma I is equal to sigma. Similarly, I sigma of a, that is equal to I of sigma of a. By definition, image of any element of a, we have that element itself. So this I of something will be that element itself. So this is sigma of a itself for all a belongs to a. From this you can get I sigma is equal to sigma. From these two we can say that G2 is satisfied. G2 is satisfied. Okay, next we have to prove that the inverse exists for every element of that SA. So in order to prove the third axiom, we start with a sigma belongs to SA, and we define sigma inverse of A or sigma inverse of some A prime as A if sigma of A is equal to A prime. So this is the definition of a new function. This is defined by ourselves. The sigma inverse of A prime is equal to A, and we will prove that the sigma inverse is also a 1-1 onto function, and sigma inverse is also an element of SA, and we will prove that sigma inverse, the composition of these two will give the identity function. Okay, so first we observe that sigma inverse of A prime equal to sigma inverse of A double prime. Okay, by definition this is equal to sigma inverse of A prime will be this A. I'll write it as this is first I write this is A1 prime and A2 prime. So this will be A1 prime and sigma inverse of A2 prime. Okay, so by definition this is A1 and A2, where sigma of A1 where sigma of A1 is equal to A1 prime and sigma of A2 is equal to A2 prime. Okay, this is the definition of sigma inverse. Okay, now we have to prove that A1 prime is equal to A2 prime. Okay, in order to get that one, we have this is sigma. This A1 can be this implies sigma A1 equal to sigma A2. So if A1 is equal to A2, then images are the same. But sigma A1 is nothing but A1 prime, and sigma A2 is A2 prime. Okay, which shows that sigma inverse is 1-1. Clear? And obviously this sigma is onto, then sigma inverse is onto, because we know that if we take any A belongs to this A, we know that we have to find that sigma inverse of some A prime is equal to A. Okay, so we have, if A belongs to A, we take A belongs to A, we need to prove this. So we start with A belongs to A. We know that sigma A is also an element of A. Okay, but what is sigma inverse of sigma of A? Sigma inverse of sigma of A is equal to this A itself. Okay, so image of sigma A is equal to A. Okay, because sigma inverse of A prime, that is equal to A. Okay, so for any A belongs to A, there exists sigma A belongs to A such that sigma inverse of sigma A equal to A, which shows that this sigma inverse is onto. Okay, similarly, then this implies this sigma inverse belongs to SA. So each A belongs to obviously what is sigma of sigma inverse? Sigma composition sigma inverse. Sigma composition sigma inverse is same as identity element, because of this A is equal to sigma of A prime, that is sigma inverse of A, that is equal to A itself. Okay, or sigma inverse composition sigma of A. So this is A prime, and sigma is inverse of A prime, that is equal to sigma of A. The other way we can write this of A is equal to sigma inverse of sigma of A, that is equal to A itself. Okay, which shows that this SA is a group under this composition in general. Okay, here we didn't use any concepts of the cardinalities, whether they are finite or infinite. Anyway, whatever be this A, this SA is a permutation group that is always satisfies the axioms of the groups. Okay, so from this you can we already discussed that if this A contains n elements, then symmetric group of n letters is denoted by this Sn. Okay, SA is, if this cardinality of A is equal to n, we write cardinality of A is equal to n. We write SA as Sn, and it is called the symmetric group of n letters. Symmetric group of n letters. Okay, this consists of Sn. The cardinality of Sn will be n factorial, because there are exactly n factorial 1 and 2 functions from A can be defined. Okay, in the next class we will discuss two important examples of this permutation groups or subgroups of permutation groups. Okay, after that we will discuss again some theorems on this essay. Thank you.